our interest in emotion and affect, we've sort of added to that our interest in how people emotionally engage with conversations over difference, and sort of therefore termed it an affective cosmopolitanism.
Right. In a sense, it's about potential encounters that affect parties involved.
That might provoke some sort of reconciliation of difference.
Yeah.
The petition is what I call a politics of compassion. Expressing compassion pits a compassionate self against a suffering other. It can produce social distance and hierarchy, but it is precisely this capacity of compassion to provide a basis for political association that makes it more ambiguous than merely being a rigid hierarchy or an ideology.
Through its appropriation over the years, the skateboarders and those linked to the activity asserted their identity, which you'll probably see with all the graffiti and art and other things going on, and a sense of belonging within that space. It became a place to meet, to establish networks of friends and other like-minded individuals. These networks inscribed their own narrative within the space and built its reputation as a home for skateboarding in London. And this narrative and identity has been passed on from one generation to another generation of skateboarders. In this respect, they produced a space in the City of London through its emotional ownership, which brings with it a sense of responsibility and care and perhaps even duty. Another reason why I've chosen this example is because it illustrates the network-like character of emotional ownership, and that this network is not always consensual. Additionally, I want to ask whether these emotional networks are always present, but only come to the fore when something changes.
I'm very interested into emotions of boredom. I'm very interested in failed museum projects and museums that bores us, the museums where people don't want to go. And clearly, and this is so, I mean, those places, I mean, they have been heavily criticized because, and here I'm quoting Rosi Braidotti, they don't make us dream. They are cold, and all the bureaucrats are thinking about how the hell can we promote a hot European heritage that we can feel very much for.
One of the reasons why I like the concept of shared heritage could be productive is to ask the question, how do we come to it, realizing that these histories were bad, but that we are committed, and I believe in a social justice model for museum, that we are committed to trying to undo, explore, understand, and use those emotions in the present for productive reasons.
I have a question for KLAARTJE. KLAARTJE, I think that the Moroccan barrack is one of the best examples we have of a network of emotions centered on cultural heritage, and not because the specific perspectives won't meet, but especially they do meet. And I think that I'm interested in if you in the Nederlands Openluchtmuseum have plans to elaborate on this concept of network of emotions.
Well, it's a very interesting and good questions. This concept, network of emotions, is a new concept, at least for us in the museum. We talk about, for a couple of years, about many voices and multiple perspectives. But this new concept of network of emotions enriches actually the concepts we are working with, I think. So yeah, I would say it's very worthwhile to discover how to use and implement this concept of network of emotions, and I think it's very well applicable